I'm at the top of this mountain where I decided to go, and right now I'm really trying to find a composition here. I don't have too much time left because the sun is setting in about 10 to 20 minutes. The issue that I'm having is that there are too many trees distracting from the view ahead, creating distractions, and I need to find a clear view in a direction that is good. Alright, I've found a new place that has a better view, but the sun is setting well within a couple of minutes, so I really have to hurry here, try to capture something with the sun in it. Then of course there comes another possibility, or rather there comes another opportunity when the sun vanishes as well. Oh, but I really want a picture with the sun in it as well. The composition that I found and that I'm using now is looking out, well, towards the sunset kind of. I found it open spot in the tree line here, well, the foreground, and then I'm framing it so that, well, seeing as it's spring now, the spring leaf on the leaves on the trees are starting to come forth, and those are a lot lighter green tone than the evergreen trees are. So I'm framing it with a line of lighter green leaf trees from the bottom right up into the image, and then it's like different hills that form kind of like a valley going through this into the image from the sides like that. It gets to be kind of like a layered scene, and I think it's gonna look kind of good. But what I'm gonna have to hope for is really that the kickback from the sun gets to be a little bit better than what it is right now. But the sun is setting right now, so we actually have quite lovely skies right over here. But as I said, it's really quite hard to find a good opening in the foreground here, and that direction, well, even if I had an opening in the foreground in that direction, that isn't really what I came to photograph. I can only see one of the hills over there, and I can't see it doesn't go on into the distance. It's only one big one here in the foreground, or closer to me. So this isn't really the picture that I came here to photograph. But I still have hopes that something is going to happen where I'm pointing the camera. So I'm just gonna have to wait for it and see what's going to happen. Well, so far it isn't looking too good with the clouds. We have some color behind the clouds. Well, we have some color in the clouds behind the clouds that are darker and more, well, I guess closer to me. So I guess at this time that it really won't be too much happening in those clouds, sadly. It would have been really nice to have some color shine there, but at the same time I think that dark cloud actually adds a little bit of interest, at least in that it's a contrast between the color behind the cloud and the cloud itself. I'm gonna stick around for a little bit longer here and just wait and see what's going to happen. Alright, so there didn't really happen anything else of interest, and from what I can see behind me, there really isn't too much else that's going to happen. It's just going to turn a blue-grayish color later on, which won't be really that interesting. But I think I actually managed to get quite a good picture here, in that the foreground gets to be kind of layered, and later on now it actually came some fog in rolling up from the landscape as well. It looks like it has at least some kind of haze coming through, which really adds even more depth to the image. So yeah, I'm quite satisfied, even though it wasn't the most amazing sunset. It was a good sunset, but it wasn't the most amazing just in the direction I was shooting. But that's as it quite often is, actually. What I'm going to do now is just to pack up and start to head back. So that's all for this week. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all next week. Until then, goodbye.